The Los Angeles Rams have pretty much said, we don't want to see our division rival win another Super Bowl ever again, apparently, because the Seahawks winning that Super Bowl seemed to have broken them, as they went out and acquired big name guys, they kept the reigning MVP, and they're still an awesome team with the roster from last year. But the big question is there an area of weakness on this Rams team, or are they just that undeniably unbeatable? Well, today, I'm going to discuss that as I preview the 2026 Los Angeles Rams. So the Los Angeles Rams had two weaknesses last year. It was special teams, and it was the secondary. These secondary and special teams are a big reason as to why they lost the NFC Championship game against Seattle Seahawks. So you know what they did? They said, our secondary is no longer a weakness, it's a strength. Let's go get Jalen Watson. Let's pay him $51 million over 3 years, $17 million AAV, which is really, really good. And, oh yeah, let's get that other Chiefs corner, Trent McDuffie, the best nickelback in the NFL. Yeah, no, we're done with this being a weakness. And I gotta say, I love it. I love the aggressiveness because I'm also a hockey fan, and this just made me think, oh, the Vegas Golden Knights, where it's a star that can possibly be moved. We're a big-time team. We like to make big-time moves. Let's go get him. And that's what the Rams did. They instantly improved their secondary, as both Watson and McDuffie are major improvements over their entire cornerback room last year, and they're going to be big-time keys for the Rams when they get to the playoffs because, as we saw, Seattle was able to attack them. Carolina was able to attack them. And Chicago probably would have if the game was a lot better field condition-wise. But you look at the Rams' defense. It got a lot better with just those two. But they weren't finished yet. The NFL, and yes, I'm blaming the entire NFL. It's not just the Browns. Let the Rams get Myles Garrett. And yes, they had to give up Jared Verse in a first-round pick, which is a steep asking price, considering Jared Verse is a top 10 edge rusher in the NFL, and a first-round pick is a first-round pick. But they got Myles Garrett, with the possible addition of Aaron Donald coming back to the Rams, which is even more terrifying if you're a fan of a team in the NFC. But just looking at the addition of Garrett alone, even if they don't get Aaron Donald back, which it sounds like they're gonna, Garrett improves this defense tenfold. Because not only is he the best edge rusher in the NFL at getting after the quarterback, he is a phenomenal run-stuffing edge. Anything you need an edge to do, Myles Garrett can do that and be dominant at it. It makes offenses change their entire game plan. To go back to Jalen Watson, Trent McDuffie, do you know how much easier their life's going to be with Myles Garrett going after the quarterback? They can be more aggressive. They can jump routes. They can have fun because quarterbacks will have that internal clock in their head going tick, 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 tick. And as soon as that ticking is done, they either have to throw the ball or they're getting hit. And quarterbacks don't like getting hit. But Myles Garrett is a specialist at hitting quarterbacks. And it just adds to this Rams team that was already before the trade a Super Bowl favorite, just made them the unanimous Super Bowl favorite that when the trade broke, I thought, oh, this is fake. But it wasn't, and it is just as terrifying as it will be fun to watch. The Rams draft was very interesting as no one really saw their first pick coming. And it's the pick I want to save last to talk about. I want to focus on the other players. Max Clare from Ohio State, I was lower on him than a lot of other people. Not saying I thought he was a bad football player. I just had tight ends I preferred over him, but he's a really good pass-catching tight end. I wonder how much, though, he'll see the field because this Rams tight end room is loaded beyond belief that it's going to be hard to make the argument that he should be featured a lot in the offense right away. But Sean McVay and the Rams are really prone to drafting guys that they will be willing to sit for a little bit, let them learn the offense, and then as a guy leaves in free agency to go make money elsewhere, they will promote them up in the depth chart. Okay, your time to shine. And that's what I really think this Max Clare pick is going to do for them. Keegan Trost. Keegan Trost had a lot of starts at Missouri, 42 in fact. and he was pretty good on tape. I didn't think he was anything special, but I watched him over and over again. I thought, this is an NFL tackle. I think he's got some good pass technique. I think he's got some good run technique. He's got some good footwork. His hand placement can be a little off at times, but overall, I think he's a solid player. You get him in the third round, you put him with Sean McVay and this Rams coaching staff. I have full faith he can really become an NFL starter. CJ Daniels, this is a pick I love because he is such a great route runner. He would be the slot receiver I could see taking over the position by the end of the season because he knows how to get open. And he's pretty good in contested catch situations, and Stafford does like his one-on-one deep shots every now and then, and can you blame him? He's pretty good at them. But CJ Daniels is a good separator, good at contested catch, and he's just got really good footwork. You watch him coming off the line of scrimmage, he knows how to create that instant separation. His hips, his legs, everything, it's very fluid, and it's a big reason why he was so dynamic at Miami and such a big feature in that Miami offense last year. In Tim Keenan, I'm just going to say with what I said for a lot of Alabama defensive players, I was very underwhelmed with him throughout the process of watching him, and I didn't really care to watch too many games. Watched 3 games of his and gave up. I thought he was going to go undrafted. He's a 7th round pick. I don't think he makes the team. That's really what I'm going to say about that. But now going back to the top of the draft, Ty Simpson. Now, this pick shocked me. I remember seeing this come in, and I was like, that's fake. Because I was told of it around 2 picks beforehand, like, oh, hey, Ty Simpson's going to be a Ram. And I texted back saying, no, you're lying to me. That's fake. Then it happened, and I was honestly in shock. Not because I think Ty Simpson's a bad player. I just didn't have a first-round grade on him. But I do see the logic in drafting Ty Simpson in the first round when you're the Rams. As good as it would be to get an instant impact player, there was a lot of talk that there's not many of these guys in this draft. A lot of people really thought this draft lacked top-end elite talent. So if you're the Rams here, you're probably not going to pick this high again for at least a couple years, and your team is loaded? Why not take the second best quarterback in the draft? Especially when he's got a connection with the front office and Les Snead. It just makes a lot of sense. And Ty Simpson is a good quarterback, and he showcased some really high-end ability in the beginning of the Tide season. But throughout the year, he got beat up, he got injured, and you can really look at his frame and be concerned about that. His ceiling is probably Brock Purdy, and that's not a bad thing. Brock Purdy is a very good quarterback in the NFL. He is very based off his system, though. If you take Brock Purdy out of the 49ers system, I don't know if he's as effective. But another thing with Brock Purdy is he has a major injury history. He's never played an entire season. That's what you're risking with Ty Simpson as a draft pick. But Sean McVay is a genius. He's going to get to work with this quarterback from day one. This isn't someone he's just being gifted like Jared Goff after 1 year. He's going to mold Ty Simpson into the type of quarterback he wants him to be. And I'm sure there's going to be some bit of, hey, you got to bulk up. You got beat up pretty bad in the SEC. This is the NFL. You got to bulk up. You see Myles Garrett? Those are the type of guys that will hit you. Do you like being healthy? Yeah, bulk up. So I think that's something that'll be in the conversation. But overall, I like Ty Simpson as a player. Do I think he was overdrafted? Yes. But I see the logic in why the Rams drafted him. So looking at my season prediction for the Rams, I had them winning the NFC West, and they are my current Super Bowl favorites. Now, I would take that with a grain of salt because my preseason Super Bowl favorites have not been winning the Super Bowl. Mid-season Super Bowl picks, I've been pretty dominant at recently, but preseason, haven't had the best success. So Rams fans, take that with a grain of salt. But I just can't overlook all this talent on this Rams team. Davante Adams and Puka Nacua are an amazing 1-2 punch. And if I'm right about CJ Daniels coming in being that dynamic slot receiver that can create separation and win one-on-one situation deep balls, that's a major boost to their offense. Their tight end room is just deep. There's no other way to describe it but deep. And Matt Stafford is the reigning MVP. But there is a concern there with Stafford. He has a lengthy injury history, and he is an older player. Those injuries can come up and bite them in the butt. And I know a lot of people will point out and say they have a first-round pick in Ty Simpson as the backup. One, we don't even know if he's going to be the backup. That could very well be Stetson Bennett or Jimmy Garoppolo. But two, Ty Simpson was drafted in the first round. Absolutely. He was never a first-round talent, and I don't believe many people saw him as that. And I guarantee you, if you ask the Rams, they would tell you they didn't see him as a first-round graded-out player. But they took him because he's a quarterback, so he got picked up higher. If Stafford gets hurt, there are major, major concerns about this Rams team. But depending how long he's out, this defense might be able to right the ship for them. And it's just loaded with Chris Shula as a defense coordinator, who is a really, really good young rising defense coordinator in the NFL, calling the defense that features the best pass rusher in the NFL, the best nickelback in the NFL, and just a bunch of young athletes going out for blood. We haven't even talked about the fact that Byron Young is the pass rushing tandem with Myles Garrett. That is terrifying beyond belief. And if Aaron Donald does come back, I'm sure he'll start off a little slow. He hasn't played football in a couple years, and he is 34 years old. But by the end of the season, it's Aaron Donald. Even if he's not prime Aaron Donald, that's still a pretty good football player. And you just look at everything going the Rams' way, it feels like they are all in on winning the Super Bowl this year. And if they don't win, it would be a massive disappointment of a season, especially after just seeing your division rivals win the Super Bowl the previous year. I'd like to say thank you very much for watching this video. If you like this video, hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. And if you want to see more, I'm doing 32 in 32 days, 32 consecutive team previews in 32 days in a row. There are plenty out on this channel right now. If you want to check out some previous previews, the playlist is right there for you to hit on in a little bit. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope y'all have an amazing day.